Good day, my viewers. This is Smart Tutorial, founder Ayodele Samuel Jude. Today, we'll be looking at simple linear equation. And don't forget, the our focus on this platform is to make students to understand the necessary basis in solving difficult questions. That is to enable students to have that conviction that what they are doing is right. So that is the essence of this platform, and we'll be trying as much as possible to point out simple basis that will enable students to attain that level. So today we'll be looking at simple linear equation. Under this particular video, we'll emphasize most especially on the following, because I believe if a student understand these 4 steps or 4 items, they should be able to excel in solving equation of any kind. Though we will limit ourselves for this video on the simple linear equation. The first thing is student must be able to, after this video, student must be able to differentiate between like and unlike terms. We have videos on that. Then the student must understand that under equation, there is left-hand side and right-hand side. Then both sides are equally separated by the equals to bridge. That is, the equals to sign is what divides the left-hand side from the right-hand side. Also, students should be able to either decide to solve a particular linear equation by treating each item individually or collectively. That is, we will see how we will use this particular one to solve this question. Let's look at this question. If you are given a question like this, you should know as a student, this question is having equals to sign, dividing side, left-hand side from right, the left-hand side, the right-hand side, the left-hand side, the right-hand side. We will solve the question by treating individual items, and we'll solve it by also collectively treating the whole questions together. What did I mean here? What I mean here is under equation, when we have the left-hand side and the right-hand side, they are like twins. Whatever you do to the taye in Yoruba, you do to kainde. That is, whatever you do to the other half twins, you have to do it to the second twins. So that one is, you are treating them together. That is, you are not partial. You are treating the whole items together at the same time. That is, whatever you do to the left-hand side, you do to the right-hand side. And what do we do under simple linear equation? The essence of solving simple linear equation is to separate the alphabet to one side and the number to the other side. But you cannot just do it as a whole. You have to follow each. You have to look at the question and apply mathematical set. Is that taken? Now, let's treat each of the items individually. That is, we have 3 items here, x plus 1. This plus is for this one, and we also have 4. Now, what can we do? So far, we are looking for x. We have to move the number to one side. Here we have number and alphabet. They are unlike terms. We cannot add them together because they don't look alike. So that means this is number, this is number. So by moving this plus 1 to this right-hand side, that means we have separated the alphabet from the number. That is the essence of equation. That is, we are looking for what? A particular alphabet. This question is telling us what is x. Find the value of x. So from there, that is, if you move plus 1, it will remain only one item there. That is x equals to, this side we have 4. Plus 1 cross this bridge becomes minus 1. This is like terms. That is, they look alike. What we have simply does there is we have collect what? Like terms. That is, we have collect like terms. So that is, we now have what? X 4 minus 1 is what? 3. That is, our S is equals to 3. S is 3. Equals to, is this the same thing as S? That is, our S is 3. That is the final answer. So if you look at what we have done here, we have treated each items. That is, we have moved each items one after the other. That is, we did not treat them like left hand side. What we do to the left hand side, we do to the right hand side. That is different. So this method is that we have treated each items as an individual entity. Let's look at collective treatment given to left hand side and the right hand side. That is, if we have this type of question and we want to treat them like left hand side and right hand side, the first thing we can do here is we can decide. Now we want to move all alphabets to one side and all the numbers to the other side. Our problem now is what? Plus 1. This plus 1, if we want to remove it, we can decide to remove plus 1 by what? By minus 1. Plus 1 can become 0 by subtracting 1 from it. That is, we will say subtract 1 from both sides. The first side is what? S plus 1, leave space, then we have 4. Subtract, that is, from the left hand side we subtract 1, from the right hand side we subtract 1. At the end of the day, here will become plus 1 minus 1 will give us 0. It will remain only x. 4 minus 1 is what? 3. What we have done here, if you look 3, what we have done here is we have treated everything together. That is, we have treated them like left hand side and right hand side. We have treated them together. You can use this method to solve questions. You can also use this method to solve your question. They are still the same thing. Don't forget, this is collect like terms. Let me write it in full. Collect like terms. That is, when you collect the like terms, you can easily collect like terms. You can easily solve them together. That is, 4 and minus 1, they are what? Like terms. So this one, we are just moving each items. Here we are treating them as a group. That is, what you do to the half brother, you do it to the second half brother. So that is just the two ways of solving equation, and you have to practice and understand the two methods. Also, let's look at this particular question to understand the two methods very well. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 items here, and what we need to do is what? We want to what? Collect like terms. That is, those items that can be added together and subtracted together and moved together. Alphabets to one side, it does not matter wherever you move your alphabet, but it's better to move the alphabet to this side because that is what we are looking for. That is, 3s is on this side already. So this x, not no sign, that is plus x, come to this side and becomes what? Minus x. You drop the bridge. Now this side we are having plus 9. Plus 9 is still the same thing as 9. Minus 3 is coming to this side, becomes what? Plus 3. So at the end of the day, 3s minus s will give us 2x. Then 9 plus 3 will give us what? 12. If you have watched the video on glue effect, you will discover that 2s, they are joined together. This is times. This is times. And we want to move these two to this side. Times, we cross this bridge and becomes division. That is, it will remain if the times and the the times belong to the two of them, though s is the is the superior owner, but 2 also is having times. That is, if the 2 left, it will remain x. Then we now have what? 12 divided by 2, which is, you can write it in this format also. That is 12 divided by 2, which is what? X equals to 6. If you write equals to 6 there, it doesn't make your work look good. It doesn't make it mathematically correct. So 1 equals 2 per line, 1 equals 2 per line. It makes your work to be very neat. So that is that. Now, to solve the two everything collectively, that is left hand side and the right hand side. Now let's deal with each items one after the other. We want to remove minus 3, and minus 3 is to this side and plus x to this side. We can decide minus 3. To remove minus 3, we need to add. We add 3 to both sides. That is, add 3 to both sides. The first side is 3s minus 3. Then the second side is s plus 9. So what do? You add 3, you also add 3. That is, we are treating them equally because the left hand side is equals to the right hand side. So anything you do to this side, you have to do it to this other side. So minus 3 and plus 3 will give you 0. It will remain only 3s. Here now will become what? X. You cannot, s is on like times with this. Plus 3 and plus 9 will give us plus 12. So now the next one is x. We have to move this x. We want all the alphabets to be in the same side. That is, we now have what are we going to do to the x? The s is plus x. We have to subtract x because it's having plus, so we need minus x to remove it. So that is, subtract s from both sides. So we now have what? 3x equals to s plus 12. That is, subtract x minus x minus x. S minus x. So 3s minus s will give us 2x equals to, this is x minus x. That will be 0. It will remain only plus 12, which is still the same thing as what? 12. Now this one is 2x. 2 times x. That is, times will become what? Division. If you want to remove times, you have to use division to remove times. We are treating them together. That is, this is times. We want to remove these 2. To remove these 2 by treating the two sides equally, we need what? Divided by 2, because we have times 2 here. So that is, we need to what? Divide both sides by 2. Don't forget, we want to make the alphabet to stand alone. So for the alphabet to stand alone, we have to remove the times 2. So we need to remove the times 2. We need what? Divide both sides by 2. These are the two sides. Then you now say divided by 2, divided by 2. These are the, that is, you have treated them, and you have treated the two sides equally. So we now have what? X equals to what? 6. Check your answer. It's still the same question. Now, in an exam, if you use this method or this method, you are probably going to get, if it is theory, you are probably going to get more mark, because mathematics deal with the steps. You are going to get more mark from here than here, but this one will take more time than here. So if you are solving objective, it's better you use this one. Why in your theory, it's better you use this particular question. The more you use this one enables you to answer question very fast. Why this one takes more time, but it makes you to understand some other topics when you go higher in mathematics. But try to practice the two method. Is very good and very essential in solving equation. So that is that regarding simple linear equation on this platform. Once again, we are happy to always give you the basis. Just click the subscribe button, and if possible, turn on your notification bell. It will enable you to get a video for free anytime we have upload a new video on this platform. Comment, likes our video, Send us message. We are ready to answer all your questions. And if you want to personalize our service, we are always ready for that. Just send us a message, then we'll make a good companion in dealing with all those stubborn topics. But I can tell you they are really, really very, very simple. Thank you once again. This is Samuel Dino, your Smart Tutorial Initiator.